Welcome once more. Here is PDT Areas Professor speaking. Today is the 17th of February 2021, and today we shall be going over the almighty rejection. We talked about this strategy or this technique last week. Um, it's a technique I actually noticed and in the market, and I analyzed it, tried to see its accuracy, which is pretty good. And I've been practicing with it, and it has been pretty accurate. And I'd like to share that with you. Good and fine. So, for most of you might have noticed during my live sessions that I most of the time have lines, support and resistance, not just on my chart, but as well as on my RSI, right? So this is the thing. We are going to concentrate today on the RSI a lot. Let me just go to something which is very volatile and has a lot of movement. For example, this US 30. Or let me go to gold because people love gold so much. Right. Go to 1 minute chart to have this, right? So stay on gold. Let me just show you an example. I cleared my chart earlier on, sorry. Yes, I cleared my chart. So that being said, gone gold. This is the point. You must have all noticed that trading or using the chart, right? You have your support and resistance. The RSI is now gone. Let's say, for example, here we have a resistance, sorry, a support on this price level. Here we have resistance for this price level, right? And we have another resistance over here, right? So this is how you place support and resistance. I think we all know that. And what do they mean? What they mean is that price most of the time has a very interesting behavior when it comes to this price level. Or price has a very interesting behavior when it comes to this level. That is all it's talking about. That is the basic of support and resistance. That level, that support level or that resistance level is very interesting for the price. So when price gets there, it either consolidates there or it rejects there or it breaks through. So then the question is, what will it do when it gets to that level? Not so. Same as on the chart, as we've noticed that good and fine, we just placed this support and resistance. So let's go back in time and see what happened there on a 30-minute time frame. Okay. So we noticed that we drew them somewhere here, and we could see that this support line we drew, or the resistance based on this on the price level here, this resistance actually respected this, right? Maybe it was based on this, and this one was maybe based on the previous level. So as we know this, which is the basic, right? This is actually basic. This is the same thing that happens with the RSI. So what I do is on the RSIs, I look for the strength level for each market. Right now we are talking about gold. I look for the strength level of each market and try to analyze which level, which strength is very interesting for that um, currency commodity indices. The first two strength level, which is very, very interesting for us, is I think everybody who has been here for at least 2 weeks now should know which are the first two levels for every trade, every currency pair, every indices, every commodity, which is very, very important for us. We have the 80s and the 20s. That is the very, very most interesting price levels for us. Everyone which is new. The 20s is this over here, below here. And the 80s is this over here, right? It means that, let me mute these guys. You just mute your microphone there. So it means that when the price level, just short basic for those who are new, when the price index, when the strength index drops down to the 80s, to the 20s, it is very, very interesting for us. We are looking at this moment not to sell anymore, but we are looking for buy opportunities. When the index comes over here to the 80s, we don't want to buy anymore. We want to look for sell opportunities. Watch the RSI basic beginning and you're going to understand. So for today, the 80s and the 20s are not just the most interesting, but there are other price levels which are very, very important. So right now I'm on gold 5 minutes chart, right? Look at this. I notice gold is falling right now. And also I noticed that at this level here, there was a very great rejection on gold. I hope we are all seeing it here. This price level here, this strength level, sorry. Here as well, right? Here as well, here as well. So now the question is, which level is the level price respected the most? It must not be the 80s, it must not be the 20s. We're not talking about this two, we're talking about anything in between. So you see where my level is on a 5 minutes time frame, 26.89. And when I place this line here, look at this. Price respected here, rejected, and bought. Sorry, the index, the strength respected here, rejected and bought. Here as well, rejected and bought. Here as well, came here, rejected and bought, right? Place that. Those are for buy opportunities. These are now the support levels for gold. You understand? Support level for gold, as well as there are also sell rejections, right? This is it. So I'm going to look now for the strength level gold most of the time respects. Look at this. Do we all agree that this level is good? So the difficulty now is for you to be able, no matter whatever you open, to be able to look for this level, this support and this resistance on anything you open, which the strength respected or rejected most, right? If you come and do this, this would be not so accurate, right? This would be a good as well. You understand? This would be good as well, based on maybe this. Okay, you see. So it's not just one, there are multiple. Sometimes when you see my chart, I have many lines on the RSI. Here, we are going to get there why I have so many and what they all mean. But for today, we take it bit by bit. So when we see price here, right? This is when price has really, really sold. But also there are times that price just rejects this level and goes back based on the resistance level on the chart as well. So I might place one here, like I will look for one here. If I take this one based on this, right, I notice it does not really respect that much on this chart, on this local view. So I'll take the next high, which is this. And I notice it is not that bad, right? For example, this rejection here, right, here on this level, let me just place it so I can now easily show this rejection over here. Sorry. Let me show that. I place this line based on this rejection, right? Also based on this rejection, right? Also based on this rejection. So what can I tell? When the index comes to this level, most likely, it rejects it very, very strong, right? Here, for example, here, for example, here, for example. And this one that I placed here was based on this rejection, massive one, based on this rejection, massive one, based on this rejection, massive, Easy and understood, right? Good. Those are buy opportunities. So for the sales, this one, look at this level. Rejected, 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 and that was it, right? And this one above here was this, rejected, rejected, and goodies. So for you to fully understand what this means, we are going to do this. We are going to place um, these vertical lines on these interesting spots, right? To see what happened in the chart when this occurred. Are we following? Please, if it gets too complicated, you guys let me know. I will likely repeat. I'll repeat so we don't get off. So here, are we following? So right now, look at this. If we correct this, right, look at this. I was not too exact. Here is it. I hope you guys agree with me. Right here. I hope you agree with me. I'm just trying to be exact because it's very important. So this is it. Hope you agree. And the funny thing is, you guys remember we placed some support and resistance, right, earlier on, isn't it? So this is the point. Make sure step one, you have analyzed where are your support levels and resistance levels on the chart. Write that down. Step one, you're not 70s and 30s. Are you mid? You've placed your support and resistance on the chart because you will need that to know if you are executing the trade at that almighty rejection. This support and resistance we have placed on the RSI is what we call almighty rejection, right? The RSI rejected that level almightily. But just because the RSI came to that level does not mean we should execute the trade. It just means it is a very interesting point. Like, for example, here, how do you know it's going to break through? But we are going to do that. Is that understood? Taking it step by step. I just need one person to say yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. We have placed our support and resistance. Step two, we've come to the RSI, place our support and resistance as well, our almighty rejection. Step three, you might even want to mark this spot to know the exact level, right? Oh, this is not live right now. Look at this. Okay, this is happening live. Okay, let's get this. When are we going to target this trade, right? We are on gold, 5 minutes chart, right? And this is going to be a buy opportunity, right? So when is this going to be a good buy opportunity? So this is the point. You have placed your horizontal line, you have placed your almighty rejection, and you have noticed, okay, good. This is a very interesting level for gold. And this is as well is a very interesting level for gold. And right now you have noticed the RSI is on gold on a very interesting rejection line. Not so. Do you take the trade? I won't take the trade right now. Why? Because the support level I place is not where price finds itself at the moment. Even though, even though price finds itself at the moment at one very interesting level. You look at this level, rejection, rejection, rejection. but not to risk too much, I would target this rejection here. So that means if price at this level right now, I expect the price to drop down to this level and maybe cause the RSI to drop to the second rejection level. You understand? To the second rejection level. In that case, price will most likely reject for the buy. And will it buy? This is the next thing now. In case price drops down to this level and the RSI drops down to the second rejection level, right? Now the question is, if we execute this trade for a buy at this level and the trade does not buy, right? Means that it sells. Where will it sell and get to? Can anybody tell me that? Where will be the next level for this trade to sell and keep going to?
I think it will be the next support level.
Exactly, it will be this next support level, right? That's good. Siri Solar. You just mute your microphone. Thank you. So this is your thought. This is the algorithm in your mind right now. My support level is placed. The RSI is on my first rejection level. Very interesting, but the price level has not reached this support level that I want it to get to. So I wait. If price comes to this level and does not reject it, I have to this next support level right here. So I calculate the pips. This is on gold. This is about 100 pips, right? So now the question is 100 pips on the chart? Now listen carefully. Is 100 pips going to cause the RSI, because we are expecting this level to be equivalent on the RSI from this second one to the 20s. Does that make sense? This point needs to be understood. What I just said. Does it make sense?
Yes,
you were breaking up.
Come again?
You were breaking up.
I should repeat it.
Yes, please.
Okay, good. We've noticed that okay, look at this. We've noticed the RSI is on the first almighty rejection, right? Yes, but the chart is not on our support level.
Right.
So we don't execute the trade. We wait for the price level to get to the support, isn't it? And hopefully, if that occurs, it should push the RSI down to the second rejection level, right?
Right.
Good. Now, how do you know it is going to reject here? How can you count the accuracy that this market is going to reject here? First thing, you need to check the next support level from this line, right?
Yes.
Good. Which is also based on the RSI, the next support level from this line, right?
Right.
Which will be the 20s, right?
Yes.
And on the chart, it will be 100 pips away from the support level, right?
Right.
So now that is the point. In case the market drops to your second support level, where you think it is the most interesting when the market drops to your support level and the RSI is on your almighty rejection level, the most interesting one, the question now is, how many pips does the market need from here to my next support level? 100 pips. Is 100 pips on the chart going to cause gold to drop from here to here?
Right. Yeah, I was gonna ask that. If it goes through that, then would it go to that bottom zone right there?
That is the thing. So if 100 pip can cause the market to drop from here to here, which I think it can do, I would prefer to wait than risking to run 100 pips in red before getting into profit.
Right.
That's the point. So that's the algorithm. If
It's really simple.
It's simple, but it's not simple to see. You get it's everything is simple. Everything is simple when you've understood. Be it physics, right? It's the learning process is just difficult, or the process to discover it, like how to calculate some certain stuff. Let's say I don't know how to call it in English. I never studied in English. Let's say there are some certain things we've learned in school that are pretty easy right now, right? But the process to discover those stuffs they were very difficult. Even just to discover, not even to understand, to discover them. And that is the point in trading. There are so many things not discovered yet. And I spend my time daily to figure out what has the world not seen. In case the market rejects this level and buys, good and fine, we miss the trade. You get it?
Yes.
We missed the trade, but we did everything right. We did everything right. It could still reject and buy, but there is this opportunity for us to drop down from here. How many pips? Approximately, if this is 30 pips, 130 pips to the next level. And we don't want to risk that. You guys know I wouldn't love to run 130 pips in red. So this is actually the simple algorithm for the almighty rejection. This is now a buy example, right? And there it goes,
Right.
So sometimes if you want to know if when the market is here,
it's showing a lot of rejection from this rejection line.
Yeah, exactly. So now this is the point. If the market gets here as we did, right, and we want to actually know if the market is actually going to reject at this level, sometimes it is good to take your horizontal line, place the line where market is at the moment, right?
Okay, right.
And check the path. If this level is interesting, get it? Let me make this yellow so we know if it's interesting or not. But we know that gold has been selling. So most likely we need to go really back in time. So
You will mark it where price is now on the 5 minute, then go to the 30 minute.
Yeah.
Or go to a higher time frame.
Exactly. It's still going to respect it. So I noticed, okay, good. Okay, the line I placed actually got to this resistance, to this support, on the bottom of the support. Great rejections here, but still, nevertheless, not that interesting for us.
On the hour, on the hour time frame is
So this is
it shows rejection.
Exactly. So we've noticed, right? Very, very interesting story. So this is the thing. I know there are some of us here in the academy with accounts of 10K, 15K, even 100K. I know you are out there. I know. In this case of 130 pips, you can take the trade because your account can hold it. You can take the trade, hoping if you don't want to miss this, right? If you don't want to miss this, get the point. Get the point. If you don't want to miss the K, this is 20 pips already in profit. So there's an opportunity for the market to buy here. If you have a small account, you wait, right? You want to be as exact or as accurate as possible to have as less pullbacks as possible. So you wait with your little account. Large accounts can they have a little bit of flexibility in the market, right? Does it make sense?
It makes a lot of sense to me now.
Yeah, exactly. So that is why you will see me sometimes I will execute this trade, but I won't send it. I will just send after like 1 or 2 hours because I don't want to miss this opportunity, right?
Okay, so let me see something. Can I ask a question real quick?
Oh yes, my friend.
Okay, so
Sorry.
because I actually just got into the trade, but in my demo account,
Yeah.
so I'm actually in profit right now.
Yeah.
So looking at it, would you think that price will, since it's already in a downtrend, that the buy is not a major move, but
Exactly.
would you think that price could go to that resistance zone up there, right
No,
above?
the reason I think this is my first TP would be the red. Would be the red moving the red exponential moving average, which is the 13th moving average, the red. This will be your first
Mm-hmm.
TP, right? The second take profit will be the aqua line, which is the 50th moving average, right?
Right.
Latest at this level, you want to execute the trade, you want to take your profit.
Right.
Because the
Okay. Okay.
probability for the market to come up here is smaller than it getting here. Check
Right.
this out. Check this out. I know I've not thought about the moving averages yet because we haven't gotten there yet, but listen, see what it does. If we take trend lines,
Gold really going up right now.
yeah, profit. If you take we want to look at the trend line,
Mm-hmm.
wait, let's see, am I exact? Good. You see how the connection between this high and this high hits at this level on the aqua line.
Mm-hmm.
So most traders that don't use exponential moving averages but trade with trend line support and resistance. This is exactly what they would do, and they take their profit here. And some of them will do like this. Some of them might even do what I always see. They will do like this from here. When it gets here, they say, "Oh, it's going to break through," or from here, it's going to do like this, right?
What? Wow.
But, but this is very unlikely to happen. This is very unlikely. You get it? So right now, I just hope this step, what we have done right now, is understood.
Oh yeah, it's definitely understood.
Who does not understand?
Nope.
Is there anyone that has not understood anything I have said today?
Good evening, Professor.
Good evening, Ikuyi.
Please, I would like to ask why placing our support and resistance line is it advisable to place it using the wick, like the wick or body of the candle?
The week.
The wick.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, sir.
because understand the reason why. Because we are interested on the price level. We are actually not interested on the candles or on the body or on whatsoever we see there. We are interested on the price level. Look at this. You could still decide not to trade with candles, but to trade with lines, right? And this is what we're interested in seeing. You understand? We're interested on these levels of rejection. You understand what I mean?
I understand you, Prof.
Yeah, that is it.
Thank you.
So there is a message here in an uptrend market we saw when to take a buy trade, but in case there is no moving average on the top, how to know when to exit the trade and take profit? Um, okay, great. You can execute let me say, okay, good. Let's show that. Let me show that without the moving average. Like here right now, right? Okay, exactly what we did. You guys see it, exactly this, right? So in this point now, if you don't have the moving average, right, you would now need to use trend lines because the moving averages act like my trend lines and my support and resistance. So you need to look for trend lines, support and resistance to see price next possible rejection. You see the line? Very simple. I'm sorry, Heart. I don't know, that's all I can see on your name. But I don't know if I've answered the question. Understood? Yes. Does that mean you haven't understood something? So that being said, is there any question again? You don't understand. Okay, you don't understand. Okay. You don't have moving in case. Okay, good. This is how the trade was, right? I said large accounts could execute the trade here, not so. So how do you know that you should execute? You should maybe exit here because a rejection would most likely occur here, right? What I did is, no, wait. This is where we took the trade, sorry, here. We took the trade here for a buy and it rejected and started coming down. So how do you know if we bought here that we should exit here? That's the question. So it's simple. If you don't have the moving averages, you might want to take your trend lines and draw the trend of this market, connecting this high to the next possible high, right? And just want to extend it. Look at this. You just want to extend it, meaning you should maybe target this level here as your take profit. Get it? You target this level as your take profit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you get it? Okay, yeah, great. That's nice. So very most important part is if this technique of today has been understood by most of the people. If not, feel free to rewatch. If not, feel free to contact me. Feel free really to contact me. I reply to everybody. I might not reply immediately, but I reply to everybody. So it means that if all the moving averages are down, I should draw exactly. Yeah.
I'll definitely be texting you today, Professor.
Come again?
I said I'll definitely be contacting you today, Professor.
You're welcome.
Even I.
Yes, I'll be waiting. I will be waiting. So that being said, if good evening, Professor. Actually, I'm new here. I just joined the group today, though I don't really get any part, but I'm really enjoying the meeting. You're welcome, my friend Victor. I just saw Victor. Today was everything was new. This was a new technique, a new strategy that I was teaching. Actually, you should be able to have been able to follow up, right? Because we did not use any technique of previous lesson. Also, I really tried to break it down. Okay, good. That's sure. That's good. Not so, Victor.
I'm in profit on my gold trade.
I know. Cool. So that will be all for today. This is almost an hour and 30. This is how the classes are, but I will definitely cut the beginning and maybe the end. So it's really much better if you try to make time to get into the classes. You will have the opportunity to ask questions. So now, if there are no further questions, I would say thank you very much, and I am really happy to hear your feedback. What can I do better in the explanation? What should I avoid? What should I add? You can also let me know. Or not just me though, but even the mentors, right? If you have anything you think we can improve in the academy, just let us know. Okay, in that case, don't forget that we have our general meeting. For those who are new, we have a general meeting every, let me just mute.